Hi, good evening. Myself as Dr. M.S. Fatima Begum, working as Assistant Professor of History, GTN Arts College, Sindikal. By this video, I am going to explain you the one of the Sultan of Delhi Sultanate from Tughlaq dynasty, who was known as the Mahmud bin Tughlaq Khan. Jana Khan, who succeeded Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq under the title of Muhammad bin Tughlaq in the year 1325. According to Barani, who observed that the Sultan was one of the wonders of the creation. According to him, he was a skilled sportsman and an excellent warrior. More than, he kept himself engaged in practically incessant military activity. According to this Barani, he declared that he mentioned that what Hatim and others gave away at one time, which was given by this Sultan known as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The Sultan, he was a devout Sunni. He was a cultured scholar interested in logic, astronomy, philosophy, mathematics, science, medicine, literature, history. Apart from that, he was considered as an excellent calligraphist also. His eloquence was magical. His fine qualities reconcile with his alleged treacherous murder of his father and the remorseless cruelties. When we talk about his military, the administration have been condemned as instances of insanity. More than, his reign had a disastrous consequences also. Now, the expansion of the Sultan in South. Bahauddin Gurshas, who was the relative of Sultan Mahmud bin Tughlaq, who had revolted against the Sultan and who held the fief of Sagar near Gulbarga in Deccan. In order to suppress this rebellion, the Sultan himself marched against him. By the efforts of Sultan, the rebel was defeated and he was taken to Delhi and was flayed alive. This was done with the help of the two rulers who were known as Kampila and Ballala III. Both of them rendered their help to the Sultan. According to the historians, they paid the price for their unwise venture. Kampila was annexed and Ballala made his submission. Both Warangal and Madura was incorporated with the Sultanate. Now we pass on to the oppressive taxation in Doaba, which was in the year 1326 and 1327. According to the historians, the taxation, which was increased 10 and 20 times, it was mentioned by Barani. And there was a riot who were reduced to impotence, poverty, and the land was ruined. Because of these things, there was a decline in cultivation also. All these things joined together and it caused a famine. Next we pass on to the transfer of capital which was made by Sultan Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Basically, this was a much condemned political experiment which was made by the Sultan was the transfer of capital from Delhi to Devagiri, which was rechristened Dowlatabad. The motive of the Sultan to establish his capital at a safe distance from northwestern frontier still infested by the Mongols. so that he planned to change his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. When he decided to transfer, people were ordered to go to Daulatabad with all their belongings and they were asked to settle down there. Basically, this transfer which weakened the power of resistance to Mongols. But at the same time, Bengal could not be effectively controlled. Apart from that, the unwillingness of the Sultan to live in the Hindu surroundings, within few years, he realized his mistakes and again he ordered the people to go back to Delhi. In the year 1331, the people were ordered to return to Delhi. But the Daulatabad, which is considered as a monument of misdirected energy made by the Sultan. Now we pass on to the Mongol invasion. During the reign of this Mahmud bin Tughlaq, the Mongol chief Tarmasirin, who entered into Punjab, who ravaged from Lahore and Multan to the outskirts of Delhi. It was told that Tarmasirin brought off with costly gifts and presents, which was given by the Sultan. And it was noted that the policy of resistance persistently followed by the Balban, the forefathers Balban and Alauddin, which was reversed by this Mahmud bin Tughlaq also. Next one is very important one. That is the issue of token currency, which was in the year 1329 to 1330. The Sultan Mahmud bin Tughlaq, who was described as a modern numismatist, was considered as a prince of moneyers who had reformed the coinage system. And he wanted to introduce the token currency which was in practice in China and Persia. The object of the Sultan was to multiple the currency. But at the same time, without consulting the ministers, the Sultan ordered bronze or copper coins, calling itself as tanha, and gold and silver were boarded. Imports were almost stopped. The foreign ministers who were refused to accept the currency. After 3 to 4 years of circulation, the Sultan, he realized his mistake and he withdrew the token currency. Same time, he ordered the people to take from the treasury gold and silver coins in exchange of this copper coins. This activity which was made by Sultan is considered as a daring and costly experiment. With this, I conclude my video. Thank you so much.